I've been feeling like a lot of the stuff I've been seeing coming out of Hollywood, just in general, like the writing has been so like piss poor. Like nothing's really captivated me or like made me feel something. Um, this is the first movie in a while that's actually made me feel something.
Dude,
Wait,
I completely agree with that.
like the plot was just the premise, the plot, the execution, the way the narrative just flowed was just so damn good overall. Especially like after coming from Supergirl to this, it's just
Oh
like
yeah,
a goddamn day and night difference, bro. Like this
dude,
is how
and this
you
movie
actually
looks so
do.
good too. Like the visuals, the
Mm-hmm.
action, the color, the CGI is so much better than the last one. Kip, thank you for the $2. Do I prefer a Brand New Day or
Yeah.
TASM 2 suit? Brand New Day for sure, but TASM 2 is good. But yeah, that's the other thing too. The suit, I feel like this is like the best
Oh,
Spider-Man suit
100%.
we've ever gotten.
You know what? As well, actually, I went to see the movie again for a third time last night, and then when I got home, I put Spider-Man: Homecoming on, and I didn't realize how much they relied on CGI for the littlest of things for that suit.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
I never felt I couldn't really point out a single moment where I was like he's actually standing there wearing the suit. Like
No,
there was moments where he was
exactly.
just standing on the spot and he was just like he was waving his hands. It's like that is completely CGI. And like Brand New Day compared to that is like you can clearly tell that like he's standing there in the costume and it looks good and it was night and day difference.
Watching again tomorrow. Thank you for the 2 again, Sean. Watching again tomorrow. Same here, bro. Same here.
What was wait, Brainy,
Yo,
you
yo,
there?
yo.
Yeah, I'm
Can
here.
you guys hear better now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Brainy, what was your initial thoughts on the movie? Just like from everything that you saw.
Personally, I think it's top 3 movie of all time when it comes to Spider-Man movies.
Agreed.
Oh, easily. For Spider-Man movies, easily.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would agree.
We see what you're oh sorry, you continue.
I was about to say I've been having the debate with my brother on whether or not this is better than Spider-Man 2. From
Ooh,
the
better than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2?
yeah, because here's the thing,
That
right?
was the GOAT.
That movie is amazing, but this
Yeah.
one this one has more to work with because it's a wider universe and more context. But like having a bigger playground doesn't necessarily mean better, but it does give it an advantage because this one, like, you've got all of the 20 years of MCU history, 4 other Spider-Man films, all the other cameos, all the other heroes, and then, you know, what they're building up to. Like, that gives it, like, a level of depth that, like, the Tobey Maguire film couldn't have because it was only working off of one other movie. But that movie has depth in a different way when it comes to, like, the character dynamics. Like, when, Aunt May is giving Peter her last $20, right? And she's
That is
demanding
true.
that he takes his last $20. So like there's
That
an
is
emotional
true.
depth there. But like this is just I don't know. They're both so damn good.
I would
They
argue
are.
this one's better.
Sorry,
I'm
but
not
we
gonna lie.
need somebody to rock the Hulk. Just saying.
I don't
Brandy,
have
I'm
any
looking
other.
at you, bro.
we
I
need
don't
Ready?
have-
somebody
I
to
don't
rock
have
the
any
Hulk.
other Marvel skin.
Rush, put it on.
But
You have no choice.
I'm the next best thing.
Nah,
I
bro,
don't
you
have
gotta.
any other Marvel skin from that movie.
Come on.
Yeah. That sucks.
I
man.
swear.
I don't
You
think
got
I
a
have the
certain,
Hulk either.
I have Cyclops, but he's not in the movie.
Not yet. No. we'll get to
4
that.
months already,
Wait,
bro.
maybe I have. Let me double check. Maybe I have a Hulk. No, we didn't get one for free in the battle pass, huh? No, I don't have it.
No, we don't. No, we've never had a Hulk in a battle pass.
Okay, hold on.
God,
I guess I
Bro.
get rid of Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, I can.
bro.
Wait.
Can, can we talk about how freaking dope Frank Castle was?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like
yeah,
the-
bro, he actually added to the movie. I was not expecting that. Like, I was expecting like a cameo, kind of like the Matt Murdock cameo in No Way Home.
Yeah.
I was
But
like,
he
so
was-
worried.
he w-
oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No, go
super
ahead,
cameo.
I was like, I was so worried after watching because I watched the Netflix Punisher shows. I'm sure you did as well, but I was like worried. I was like, how do you kind of go from how graphic that is and how unhinged Frank is to that? It did feel like partially like a tiny bit where I was like, I don't know if it doesn't feel like the same character, but then at the same time, I completely forgot about it as well.
Yeah, they buffered him a little bit, right? It was hard to
Yeah.
like make him, 110%
Like-
that R-rated
Yeah.
Frank Castle, but You know,
Like his
especially with
language
what
was
they
on
did at the
par.
end.
Like his language was like, yeah, wasn't expecting him to be cursing as much just because.
Yeah,
of,
he
like,
was
it's
edgy. He was
Yeah.
cussing a lot.
Yeah.
It felt faithful to the character while not also being
Yeah.
overly crass, you know? I was surprised by the chemistry that Tom Holland, I don't know the actor's name for the Punisher, but the chemistry
John
that those
Bernthal.
two had in the film was insane, especially that hospital scene where,
Yeah.
where he's in the bed laughing. He's like, I can't believe I just saw you cry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, him and
was
John have worked
It was
together a lot, haven't they?
yeah, they worked on the Odyssey and they worked on something else years and years ago, because I think they were talking in an interview and they said that they were both rehearsing their lines for, at the time I think John Bernthal was rehearsing lines for Punisher and Tom Holland was rehearsing lines for Spider-Man around the same time frame. So I think they
Yeah.
worked on something, because I think they even said that they filmed it somewhere in Ireland. Fun fact.
They were
Alright, so I
someone-
would say that this movie is better than Spider-Man 2 for all the reasons you guys just mentioned. Because in Spider-Man 2, the one thing that I don't like to this day about it is the Mary Jane character. She has no reason to
she's-
almost be in the movie. She's so useless. Like,
She's the real
she's
villain
his-
of that trilogy.
yeah, she's like the love interest, but she's like, she kind of doesn't want to be with him. Then she hooks up with the astronaut. She cheats on the astronaut and then tries to get with
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And it's just like, it's
She
so messy where it's just like the supporting cast for this movie are so much better.
That's comic accurate. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you have to
cle-
realize as
you
well,
clearly don't know about Paul.
if you realize though, like look at the Toby trilogy, Mary Jane is cheating on every single one of her partners in all three movies.
That is so true. She
Yeah.
is just so annoying. Like she almost pisses you off because of that.
Yeah,
she's just such
she's the
a-
real villain of that trilogy. Like she cheats
She
on
is,
Harry in the
she's
first
the
one.
biggest villain of the Toby movies. In all
but
three.
but bro, Peter's the biggest simp. Mary Jane.
Yeah, I was like, come on, bro, do better. He should have went to
And then bro
Gwen.
wants to go on a villain arc and be emo for like 20 minutes of the film and start slapping chicks in the middle of a nightclub. It's like, bro, come on, man. Lock in, Peter. It was this, granted, it was a symbiote. I get it, but you know.
I don't know. I feel like Mary Jane is like she's annoying and like she like does kind of piss you off in Spider-Man 2, but she at the same time is like kind of very crucial to the plot, like him losing his powers and such.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like the man versus the mask thing.
Exactly, yeah, the Man vs. the Mask, and that's why Spider-Man 2 is like so good in my opinion because it perfectly gets right, like you know what Spider-Man is about.
It was kind of like the opposite in Brand New Day in a way, whereas like obviously he had a mental block in Spider-Man 2 and lost his powers. This one, it's like his powers were going through the roof. more
Yeah,
so
exactly.
than-
I love that they played with that opposite side of it. That was sick.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing that's interesting about that too, right? So I don't know if y'all.
added to the story too,
Red, thank
right?
you for the
like
5,
that's
bro.
a,
Yes, the movie is
that's the
insanely
difference,
good. I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
The other movie part 2, it was like he was losing his powers because he was dealing with poor like relationship crap, which whatever. But like this one, it was like his powers were being enhanced, and he created a tech device that were going to neutralize it. That leads into X-Men. Like everything is so well thought out. It's not just thrown into the movie as a plot device to have him not have powers, which was the annoying part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
I think they
I can agree
knew
with that.
people want to see Spider-Man, especially like street level Spider-Man. Imagine they took away his powers like they did with Toby in his first like grounded movie. I don't think
No,
people
yeah,
would
they
have been happy
definitely
with
couldn't
that.
have done that in this one.
Yeah, people wouldn't have been happy to like, oh my god, you give a street level Spider-Man and he just lost his powers, and it's like, no, don't do that.
here's the thing. Here's the thing about this, right? Spider-Man, he didn't need to lose his powers in this one because
No.
he's lost so much
Yeah.
else, right? He's lost everything. He's lost his identity as Peter Parker. He's lost his aunt. He's lost his girl. He lost his best friend, right? That's where we're starting from. And the crazy thing is that we haven't seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been 4 years since the last Spider-Man movie, right?
Almost 5, actually. Closer to 5.
2021, wasn't it? Oh, it was 2021, I
Yeah,
think, wasn't it?
end of 2021.
Damn. So yeah,
I mean,
5
like 4.5
years.
4.5 years.
4.5 to 5 years, right? So we're getting to. Well, this is the first time we, as the audience, are catching up with this Peter Parker, with this Spider-Man, and we're getting to peek into where he's at in his life right now. But to Brainy's point, right? I don't have a problem with like Spider-Man losing his powers in the other. Like that's an interesting premise for like a Spider-Man movie for that time. But here's the thing about Spider-Man. Typically, Spider-Man's best stories are when he loses something. I think Marvel leans on that a little too much sometimes. Like it gets into like torture porn, like low key, when you know like how like the Marvel comics treat Spider-Man. But I have to admit, like Spider-Man when his back is against the wall, he's lost something near and dear. I mean, that's like the point of his story. It all starts with him losing Uncle Ben, right? Like that's the core of the character. He's got to lose something. But what's interesting, like you guys were pointing out, is this movie he's gaining something, right? As a matter of fact, he's gaining too much. His powers are mutating. They're overloading. And I don't. Here's the cool thing about that, right? This is something I wanted to mention. So I don't know if y'all picked up on this, but there were 2 scenes that I can think of off the top of my head in the movie that were kind of homaging the last 2 Spider-Men. So Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. The first scene was just going off the powers, right? The first scene was when he's on the rooftop and he's trying to figure out his webs, like how his organic webs work. Yeah. That was like almost shot
straight
for shot,
straight into the sky.
Yeah, like shot for shot. It almost felt like they were like it was like mirroring the original Spider-Man film, right? The Tobey Maguire film, which I thought was super dope.
I agree, and they even threw in the back thing too, where he talked about his back.
Yeah.
Was by any chance was the other one when the Ninja Star was thrown at him?
No. I didn't even think about that one. The other one was when he went to save Mary Jane. That mirrored when Andrew Garfield was trying to save Gwen Stacy and couldn't, right? He failed to save her. Now, granted, we had already kind of got that scene in No Way Home, right? But like I think that Peter, if I remember correctly, I think Peter saw Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man do that in that movie. I think he saw him save her, so he had like a kind of a reference to kind of be able to do that. I don't know. I can't remember if that was for certain, but I don't know. I just kind of like that foreshadowing back to like other Spider-Man films, other Spider-Man moments. I thought it was cool.
I do think it was good that they let Tom get that moment, like, because it's kind of like iconic for all the Spider-Man to like catch the love interest, before they fall to their death. Like Tom, I don't think had that yet, and like his love interest was caught by Andrew last time. And dude, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to say this for so long. I don't know if you guys remember when Andrew caught the love interest, like caught MJ in No Way Home. Yeah. His, like the way he stuck the landing, it was so like the CGI on it was so bad.
Oh, I noticed that. Yeah, on his legs. It's
yes,
like
his legs.
Weird...
They like bounce up like springs almost. It's like so.
It's like they're jelly or something.
Exactly. Yes, and it just ruins that entire scene for me. Like that should have been like the most like.
It's I think
it should have been like one of the best scenes of the movie. But then it just kind of falls flat because of that. And then I also feel like him and MJ's interaction afterwards is kind of awkward. But like, the CGI on that, like, there was some moments in No Way Home, and I don't blame them because they were working during, like the quarantine and stuff, like where just the movie looked gray or the CGI was bad, or like, Sandman, like all of his like in person, like out of the sand were like straight pulled from Spider-Man 3, like literally just the scenes themselves.
And Lizard,
so, like, that was like. This movie, like, totally 180. Everything looks good.
You can tell that for No Way Home, a lot of the characters were never, like, on set together.
Oh, yeah. Like Sandman is 100%.
Like, he confirmed as well, the actor who played him, I forgot his name, said that he filmed all of his lines at home.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He just sent in an audio file that reused footage from Spider-Man 3. And same with the guy who played Lizard, they reused a lot of his stuff as well.
Yeah. I just like I don't know, maybe it's just I've watched those movies too much. I hated seeing that. Like it's like no, I've already seen this exact scene.
I noticed that the first time I seen it, I was like that shot looks so familiar, and it was the same shot they used from when Sandman was in the sewers and the Spider-Man let all the water out of him. So they just played it in reverse.
Dude, it was like nails on a chalkboard for me, dude. It was terrible.
How did y'all feel about Zendaya's performance this movie?
Oh wait, I have a big thing to say about this, right? And I don't know if anybody else feels the same. I felt at some moments that she was trying to play MJ like Kirsten Dunst.
Wait,
There's
really?
Do you think so?
Some I don't know what it was.
Oh.
Like I understand like there was a moment when she was blunt in the movie, but I understood that completely. But I don't know if it was like the mannerisms, but there was a lot of like I was looking at, I was like, I feel like she's trying to act like Kirsten Dunst as
No,
MJ
I
from the
never
Toby
felt
movies.
that.
I
didn't
know
pick up
one of
on
my
that
other
at all.
friends noticed it as well. It's like she's kind of given a lot of Kirsten Dunst MJ. I don't know. I got that as well. I'm not too sure if anyone doesn't seem like anybody else noticed it, but it was like,
I didn't pick
I
up on
didn't
that at
feel
all.
like
She
that.
felt like her own character to me.
Yeah, she was chilling. Like she even invited him over to hang out with Ned. Like
Yeah.
even after he like dumped all that shit on her, like she was cool, man. Like
yeah.
I
This
will
was her
s-
best performance as MJ. Is that
Oh,
crazy?
100%, yeah. Yeah, no.
Well,
100%.
nah, I agree. I think she helped make the movie like so much better with her performance. Like she knocked it out of the damn park, in my opinion.
Yeah, the movie could have fumbled, because she was, maybe trying to do too much or being like, not putting on a good performance as, compared to the last ones where, she did know Peter Parker. Like, I feel like her, like, putting on the performance she did was huge.
The thing
Dude,
is,
this-
she's a likable love interest, and the premise of their relationship right now is so intriguing, because like
Yeah.
that's like this. It's a sword of Damocles is hanging over the audience's head the entire time when they're watching the movie. It's like, so is he gonna tell her? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, you're holding on to that letter. You keep reading the letter, and here's the other thing too about the letter, right? That he wrote all the way back in No Way Home. It was used as such a good plot point at multiple points throughout the movie. Like, for example, like when the main villain went
yeah.
and raided his apartment and found out, like, oh, that's his name. Oh, this is who he's in love with. Like she learns his backstory through the letter. And that created like a new sense of tension. Now this is one thing I did want to say though, and what I was thinking when I was watching the movie. The fact that she knows that he's Peter Parker, why does that matter? It doesn't like in the like that's one thing I'll say, like it doesn't really matter. No, Peter Parker doesn't exist anymore. No one knows who Peter Parker really is. Everyone that knew who Peter Parker was is either dead or just like that person just does not exist. So
I think
why
it's just
I
part
guess
of the mind games though, because like
Yeah,
that's the whole
she
point.
want-
Nobody knows, but she found out. Oh, there's something else you're not telling people. There's a secret you
Yeah.
have that nobody knows. So like, yeah, I think. And then going back to the MJ thing, I think my favorite part about Zendaya was like when Jean Grey took over her. She acted that so well. I did not see
Oh my God.
MJ in the character like
I
at
didn't.
all. I was just like,
That-
holy shit.
that scene had my jaw
that
I was
was
like,
intense.
what? When that scene happened, and she's like, hold on to her one more time, Peter. It's like, wait, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah, I was
What's
so
going on?
annoyed Before that, before that was revealed, the first time I watched it, I was sitting there, I was like, no, please don't give up on it. Give up on the memory wipe thing so early. I was
I know,
Yeah.
not
I was
like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
That would have been a terrible way to do it.
Yeah, I was sitting there, I was
I
like,
was
please
getting
don't do
annoyed
this.
too.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing though. This is why the movie's so fucking well written, because they set that up earlier in the
Yeah.
film where MJ was talking to Ned about how there is something that she feels like is missing, like there's something big that she thinks is about to happen,
That she's
right?
waiting for, yeah.
So they-
Well,
it kind of
the way
imp-
she.
it-
Sorry,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Go.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
So the way she was even talking to Peter at first when they went onto that rooftop, it like the way the lines like were written, and the way she even like acted them out, you could like it could have been easy to mess that up and be like, that's not MJ. But
Yeah.
like she kind of
So
starts off
facts.
saying like she starts off by talking like, we know each other, don't we? Like I was, you saved me during school and all this. It was like genuine questions because obviously her
Mhm.
and Ned were already kind of like, oh, who is
Onto it.
Spider-Man? He had the board and stuff. So like they could have easily messed that up and had it where it's like, I don't know, this doesn't seem like MJ, but it was all genuine stuff that you feel like MJ
It's because
would be
it was-
asking as well. You know what I mean?
It's because it
Yeah.
was logical. Because, like you
Yeah.
said, Ned had already. That's when the writing was so good. The foreshadowing was so good, and
Mhm.
that's the thing. The foreshadowing was done in a way to where it led to misdirection, and that was the moment of misdirection, right? So, like,
Yeah.
when we get to that scene before the reveal that MJ's being taken over, we know that, okay, so Ned has been doing research on Spider-Man. He made the Spider-Man app. He's obsessed with Spider-Man. He's wondering why did Spider-Man keep showing up everywhere that we were at in high school? Then MJ's talking about like, oh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. There's something important that's gonna be happening. I feel like there's something missing. She's talking about that. Then you've got the whole thing of Spider-Man going to her place, saving her, and then when they have that conversation on the rooftop, what it does is it validates all that foreshadowing that happened that came before. But it just fuck, bro, to pay it off with the villain taking over his after they kiss too, which is what's wild.
Yeah, that was whack.
I was like, no, in that moment, I was like, this is the greatest fucking villain we've ever seen in the MCU because to the mind games that you're playing with this man right now.
Like after the kiss, she turns around and she's like Peter, as if she realized or she remembers everything. I was like, oh, that's how the kiss. Like the first thing you think of is like, oh, the kiss worked. Like she remembers now because she kissed him, and then it's just like, hold her one last time, and I was like, no. I was like, I don't like this villain. Like, I didn't want that to happen. Like, I don't want the memories to just come back straight away, or if they do at all. But at the same time, I was like, oh no, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah. But that's the point. Like, it made you feel something. Like in that moment, like you could feel it in the pit of your stomach. Like, oh shit, oh no, that's not MJ.
But
like,
even,
how?
I was like sitting there, and I was like, cause like obviously, like you're sitting there, and you're like, is it Jean Grey? And I was sitting there, I was like, if this is Jean Grey, I'm never gonna forgive her. I was just like, no, absolutely not. Like, because obviously, like, we'll see her return.
How did y'all? So let's talk about that for a second. How did y'all feel about this being Jean Grey's entrance into the MCU?
I wanted it to be wrong. If you would have
told me like before she entered, like, I would have been like, a little bit disappointed because, she's not, your typical Spider-Man villain, and we haven't. I don't know. It's been so long since we've gotten Tom Holland's Spider-Man with like a Spider-Man like S-tier Spider-Man villain. Being that the last ones, like, we kind of got it, but we had already seen those exact characters and villains in previous movies. So like, if you had told me beforehand, I would have been like, this is kind of disappointing. Like, and even when it was first revealed in the movie, I was like, oh damn, like another movie, iconic Spider-Man villain. But then they made it work so well. I feel like, I don't know. And some people are saying that Sadie Sink didn't have a great performance. I feel like she had a good performance.
She had a quite good performance. She's a great actor.
Yeah, and just, how unbeatable she seemed as well, and, like we just talked about the evil stuff she did as in terms of, overtaking MJ.
Can we talk as well? I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this, right? But do you remember when Spider-Man's testing out his inhibitor? And whatever, he's out in the street and random people start walking past and they're like, oh, that monster inside you, and like she's obviously controlling all these people on the street. Yeah, I don't know why, but I just kind of felt random and out of place. She takes control of an old man, walks him into the middle of the road.
That was
that was brutal.
I was like, when we saw that, we were like, that old man's dead. He's fucking dead.
I was sat there and I was like, this feels like, I was like, that felt a bit out of place. I don't know.
That was a dick move. Like, why did he have to die? Like, what the fuck?
Like, and even then, Spider-Man didn't even seem to care. Like, he just kind of like, I know you obviously was paying attention to her, but I was like, I feel like Spider-Man would have went and checked on that man to see if he was okay.
Wait, hold on. Was that right? Was that when they were starting the chase sequence to get to MJ? Yeah, fuck that old man, bro. He's trying to get to his girl. He had 5 more good years left anyway, bro. He's done.
Yeah, it's like they're not killing. I was like, that was an
old
bro, man.
She did that, bro. Like,
he was cooked. That's the thing, though, which makes it so. I guess the Jean Grey reveal so crazy because she felt like an insane ass villain. Like I was not thinking it was going to be Jean Grey when I was seeing it. Like, I'm not like the biggest Marvel nerd. So I don't know, like, okay, who has the ability to do that? Like, I know that the telepaths can, but I was not thinking that like it was going to be like a telepath from the X-Men, right? Let alone Jean Grey.
No.
But I was, but like,
oh, go ahead.
I was
hoping
just gonna
that
say,
was
like,
gonna be,
just
like,
the
not real.
like she played the first half of the movie. She's going ultra mega super villain, psychological games, getting old men murdered by taxis, like. Bro, like assault
Yeah.
cases on rooftops, kissing people she has no business. Like, bro, that was wild. Everything that she did was so crazy. Go ahead, Brady.
So me and my brother were huge Spider-Man fans growing up, and my brother was like deep into the comics, and a lot of times I would get references of things that would be coming from like the comics that he would mention. So when he was working on the device, I immediately, and he went to the Hulk to talk about it. I'm like, oh my god, this is for the X-Men. Like,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I knew
100%,
that too,
yeah.
And I'm
yes.
like, we're fighting a fucking mutant, and like, it just blew my mind. Like every
Yeah.
piece of the movie, the thing I loved about this movie the most is kind of going back to something Clark said. Every supporting character added tension in one way or another at one point in the movie. The Punisher added
Yeah.
the tension when he was about to shoot. You know,
Mhm.
Jean
Right.
Grey coming out added tension like every single time. The Hulk raging out,
Yeah,
and
even
then
Hulk.
It all serves the
recognizing
plot.
Peter. Like, dude, everything served the plot so fucking well.
Yeah,
Bro,
like
see-
the characters, all the
see-
characters who you would consider cameos in this film, I don't even feel like they were cameos. Like they were there for a purpose.
But
Yeah,
see,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
they had
exactly.
legit-
So here's the
Yeah.
thing about that's really dope, right? Okay, so two things. One, this kind of makes it feel like some of the older Marvel movies when you would have like little cameos, right?
Mhm.
But I think this shows like the evolution of the writing and how much better it's gotten because it's not like it's like that in the sense of like, yeah, we have a couple of guest characters from other franchises showing up to kind of set up their movies, but it's done in a way to where it doesn't feel like that. It just makes sense for it makes
not
sense to
set
come
up
to go
as-
to Bruce Banner
yeah.
because he's a part of this universe. He knows that we know he's an expert on radiation. He's been trying to figure out like how to suppress the Hulk for 20 years in universe at this point, right? If Peter
Yeah.
Parker's in proximity to him, why the hell would he not go to his university and talk to him, right? So, and then to Brainy's point, with the moment that I heard them talking about the DNA restrictors or whatever, I knew that they were talking about. I knew that this
Yeah.
is going to X-Men
As
immediately
as soon as
this is the line that did it for me. When Peter and Bruce Banner are talking about like, oh, like, okay, so like what genes are you trying to block? And so Bruce Banner asked him one question. And I thought it's a very subtle moment, but it's so profound. He asked him, how do you know which traits are bad?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
wait, X-Men, hold on, because that's the entire like for the mutants, that's the entire premise of like their struggle. You're trying
Yes.
to get rid of mutants. You're trying to suppress the mutant gene. You're trying to wipe mutants out or put them in concentration camps, whatever. Like it's always a struggle of the mutants looking like freaks and hating and being hated for their powers. Spider-Man, and this is like I said, to kind of go back to what Brandon was saying earlier too. The cool thing about this movie is Spider-Man literally handed the government the technology to suppress
Yeah.
mutant genes to lock them up in the
Yeah.
future X-Men movies.
That was such an Oppenheimer moment. He just
Destroyer of worlds.
destroyed the world basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I don't think because what we as well. It was only a few days ago that Samara Weaving got cast as Emma Frost for X-Men, and she's another telepath. So I don't know. I think that they 100% they're going to be keeping that inhibitor thing. As soon as they mentioned it, a universal one, I was like, well, there's not many other like mutated kind of heroes in the universe other than the Hulk. Like Thor's a god. A lot of the Avengers are either just normal people or they have super soldier serum. This doesn't
But
really
see-
apply to anybody else other than mutants.
But see, here's the thing, and this is what's always confused.
Yeah,
Not
Scott,
necessarily
spoiler
confused me.
warning.
It's kind of bugged me about Marvel in general. Why does the public? And I know there's been people that have explained this, but I don't remember the answers. But like in the Marvel universe, why are higher heroes like Spider-Man okay, but like the X-Men are freaks? Because it's like
Yeah.
regardless of how you got your powers, you're still like a mutated being of some kind, with the exception
Right.
of Thor, who's a god, who's born with those powers, right? So the average person who's even Captain America, like anybody with superpowers in that universe, why are all of you not public enemy number one? Why is it
I
just
think-
the mutants?
It's kind of the whole deal with
That's
the
true.
Sokovia Accords in a way with the Civil
Yeah.
War.
Yeah,
Exactly, and
that's true.
Avengers,
That's true.
They might have that link in somehow to it, where they might end up trying to bring back the Sokovia Accords, because I feel like for the longest while now it's kind of been forgotten about. Like they've just kind of been like, oh yeah, we're over the Sokovia Accords, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter too much anymore. But if they're bringing the X-Men in, that's a whole lot of superpowered people that they have to bring in all at once, rough like around.
But
that
here-
time
Yeah, a
here's
frame.
lot
the
of
other
the
thing, too.
times, like Spider-Man always kind of won over the public. Like it's all PR, right? So like when
Yeah.
you think
Yeah.
about it, like even the Avengers, they're publicly known as heroes. The X-Men were always teenage kids that were like
Outcasts.
found that were completely just like blowing up schools and doing crazy shit on accident because their
Yeah.
powers would come out of nowhere. And they would get taken in by Charles, or Magneto's out here recruiting people like a badass to go to war. So like there was never like a proper way of them kind of being introduced to the masses, the way that I feel like Spider-Man and some of the other characters have been, like
Yeah.
through all the public eyes and stuff.
I think it just kind of comes through, like, I mean, even with like Spider-Man comics and X-Men comics, Spider-Man's always just doing wholesome things.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
like
And
remember
his
that
powers
scene
are a
in
lot more grounded as well.
yeah, like remember that one scene in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he helps he walks a little kid home with the school project that he had. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's like it's little moments like that that I think win over Spider-Man for the public.
he's your
compared
friendly
to the-
neighborhood Spider-Man. That's the
Exactly.
that's the point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
And with his
Go ahead,
powers
Biff.
not being so like out of this world, like not taking over people's minds or like random explosions out of nowhere. Like I feel like people are it's reasonable to assume people way easier digest things like super strength, or you can crawl on walls and things of that nature than, like I said, reading people's minds. Lifting up cars like with your mind, like Magneto
but-
does and things.
but that but those are like the most powerful mutants, right? But then you got people like Wolverine. Okay, you get, but I mean, I guess a hairy dude with
kinda
knives
crazy.
coming out of his arms
Yeah.
is kind of scary. Then you've
Right.
got like Nightcrawler, who's like a blue-skinned, yellow-eyed freak who can teleport. So this guy could like just jump out in the middle of the night, teleport you, and like take you to his basement if he wanted to. Like, that's what people would in universe I would assume would think, right? Like I guess
right.
if you look at it in that context, the X-Men's powers, generally speaking, or mutant powers, generally speaking, are more terrifying. Plus,
Yeah.
in universe, like you're saying, normally these guys' introductions to their powers it's something catastrophic. It's some kind of horror story. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I was in class one day and my eyes just started like burning, and then I just burned a hole through like the entire
Yeah,
side of
it's
my
not their-
school and killed
Yeah.
like 100 people.
Right.
Their
Yeah.
powers come through when they're like when they're kids. and,
Yeah, when they're
like, a
going
lot
through
of the time-
puberty.
A lot of the time, like I mean, even in the old school X-Men movies, whenever somebody's powers are like coming out, there's always a big accident involved with that. Like remember in I can't remember which one of the X-Men movies, when the one that had Jean Grey in it, I'm pretty sure like she killed her parents in a car crash from her
Yeah.
powers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
And
And like,
like-
even
and then-
Spider-Man. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like yeah, and as Clark said as well about Cyclops, like when he was sitting in class and his eyes just started burning up, and then
Like, they-
yeah,
They kind of
What's it-
touched on it in this movie a little with Spider-Man, with his powers like kind of like escalating. But a lot of
Yeah.
the times in the comic, what happened there is when he turns into the human spider, and like there's a whole like cartoon series and
yeah,
even comics
Man
on
Spider.
this, on like where
Mhm.
he's terrified of that, because the one thing that separates Peter from everyone else is that without the suit. And the web slingers are like he creates them, so it's not like they grow out of them, like in theory.
Right.
So like
Mhm.
for
Right.
the most part, Spider-Man is normal. Like he looks normal. He has superhuman strength. Yeah, he crawls on walls, but he's not just walking around like that, doing it on a day-to-day basis. He just looks like a normal kid.
Right.
Yeah,
Him
and
being
with a
kid
lot of
is
the
also a
mutants, they
huge part of
look
his PR as well.
and they look a lot of mutants look kind of freakish.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of them, like some of them actually genuinely look like aliens.
But you
But
guys
then
brought up a
again-
good point with the Sokovia Accords, because I think that is going to be a big point of contention. Because think about it like this, right? Even before the introduction of the mutants, think about this universe. So we've had Wanda take over a whole town, which also they could retcon it to where she was also a mutant because her and her brother were experimented on. So that I have a feeling that they might Marvel did that intentionally, even all the way back then. They kind of left that open ended to say like, oh yeah, no, Wanda was always a mutant.
Have you
know.
heard about any of the plans post Secret Wars? What their soft reboot?
I haven't heard a whole lot about what they're planning on doing.
Well, long story short, this whole multiverse saga just seems like it's Marvel trying to play cleanup, in a sense where
I could see that, yeah.
They're doing cleanup, and this is like, okay, we're gonna do like a universe reset after Secret Wars, where everything is gonna be confined on one world. The X-Men are gonna exist on this world. The mutants are gonna be existing. You're gonna have the Avengers. A lot of people are gonna be recast because there's not a chance that they're not gonna probably cast a new Iron Man. So they can do unique stories where Iron Man interacts with the X-Men, and basically it's gonna be like starting fresh. But a lot of the main cast are still going to stay around. Like Tom Holland, I believe, still has like 2 more solo movies.
Yeah,
I heard that he was going to be sticking around for a while. He was
and
cool
Anthony Mackie as
especially
well is
after
supposed
the
to
success
be.
of this movie. He's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, Tom Holland's got 4 the 4 best blockbusters. He's in all like 4 right now. The top selling summer blockbusters.
Well, he's in like all 4 of the highest grossing films of all time, like as far as opening weekends go.
Yeah.
Endgame and
Infinity War, and
Brand New Day. The Odyssey as well, I suppose, is probably going to do quite well.
Yeah, Odyssey, I hear, is doing pretty well right now. I still haven't seen that, but
oh man, so good.
Getting back to the plot of the movie. So Jean Grey, we find out, so she's taking over people's minds and shit. Peter has to take MJ to Frank Castle. That, once again, let's touch on that. Like that. So I was not expecting to love Frank Castle, the Punisher, as much as I did in this movie.
He was a lot more lighthearted.
Like he just I haven't seen the TV series, but this makes me want to go see it now.
You haven't seen
crazy.
Frank,
it's so good. Yeah.
It is so good.
I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen Daredevil either. Any of them.
What? Daredevil's even better.
Those are the 2 you have to see out of all of them.
Yeah, that is so.
The rest are like whatever, but those 2 have to see for sure.
I mean, post Endgame, you kind of got to watch like Loki and.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I've watched all those. Right. I watched like WandaVision and all the sequel, all that shit.
No, these blow them out of the water.
I know. That's what I've been told. But
yeah.
But Frank, I know that Frank Castle is he's like the Batman kind of their universe, kind of, in the sense that like his family was murdered, but instead he's cool with killing people and using guns. So he's like a more extreme Batman. But like that scene where they're in his like ship house or whatever, and MJ is like, "Oh, is this your family?" And he freaks the fuck out. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Yo, don't touch my shit." Right, yo, and don't talk about my. I was like, yo, like
and that was tame for a reaction to him. That was actually relatively tame.
I was expecting him to like amp up a little bit after that. Honestly,
I think the only reason he didn't was because Spider-Man was there. That's the only reason why.
And just the nature of the movie. I think. I mean,
yeah, PG-13, like.
But
so what is he like in the TV show? Is he just like?
Oh, man, I'm not even joking. There's a whole like what like no spoilers on like context or anything like that, but there's one point where he like butchers a whole cell block in a prison.
Wait, what?
Is
it like is it like rated R? Is Punisher like rated R?
It's gruesome.
It's like Deadpool. It's crazy.
It's so gruesome. Like they don't hold back.
I don't know. Just the dynamic between him and Peter. He just felt like an older brother, like uncle. Kind of a vibe.
100%. It was definitely like that. I think that's what was it. It's like he looks at him as a younger brother kind of thing.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, so you like this girl, huh?" No, what are you talking? I don't know her. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, you do. But, no.
But can we talk about like Savage Hulk being back?
Oh, fuck.
Finally.
Okay.
He first showed up and it was just
Professor Hulk. I was like,
please
don't say the trailers lied about it.
Why after all these years they left him? Like, have they not been listening? And then Gene re-broke him. I was like, oh my gosh, finally.
All Hulk, no Banner. I was like, oh fuck.
I had goosebumps. That was probably one of my favorite shots in the whole movie when he fully hulked out and he started chasing Peter through the halls, and he like Peter was like crawling all over the ceilings, and the Hulk was like just smashing through doors and walls and stuff. That was easily my favorite shot.
2008 Hulk again.
Bro,
yeah, like Ang Lee's Hulk. Oh my god,
bro. But also, it was just cool to see Spider-Man have to fight Hulk. Like that was just neat. Like that's
Yeah.
something like the comics have, typically it's like Wolverine and Hulk. Like they have that, they're kind of the two that are always put against each other. But Spider-Man and Hulk have had their fights a few times too, right?
Yeah.
But it was just nice to see like those two power sets going up against each other. Like all that brawn versus like Peter's agility and his spider sense. Like that was just so damn cool. I also, fuck, what was I gonna bring up? So here's the thing that hit me when I was watching that scene, right? When like Savage Hulk comes back. I was thinking, like, this is the first time we've seen Hulk since
Infinity War.
Thanos beat his ass. And so, from the Hulk's perspective, right, in universe, you got to think, he's been, like, so this is the way that I understand it to work. Both personalities, whether it be Banner or whether it be Hulk, when they're suppressed, they can see everything that's going on. They're still fully conscious, but they can see everything that's going on. Hulk hasn't been out of the cage in 10 years. So like
I think it's longer in the movie continuity. I'm pretty sure it's even longer, I think.
Yeah, because their timeline is a little ahead of ours, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
But yeah, like you gotta think like
he's
Hulk
been suppressed for so long.
Yeah,
Go
ahead.
This is the big question I had, because like the whole scene was insane. Having Spider-Man try to survive him was crazy. But then he's about to kill him. Does he recognize Spider-Man? That was the thing that was like.
I think that was definitely a thing, because even I don't know if you guys have ever seen that comic panel where they did a similar story in the comics, and he was like, "Oh, nobody remembers all that," and the Hulk remembers Peter. He's the only one who remembers. Only the Hulk remembers. That was definitely supposed to be one of those moments. Did the Hulk and
Spider-Man ever interact before? In the MCU?
Not really. The only time they were ever on screen together was the funeral scene in Endgame.
Yeah,
but I think, as you said, I think he's like still conscious in Banner. That's the only way he was able to remember him, because even then, Savage Hulk. I don't think Savage Hulk has been out since. He hasn't been out since Infinity War, and he never met Peter. Because Savage Hulk was
Banner never met Peter either, though.
Yeah,
but he definitely heard about him.
He definitely. I think like for all we know, like that did annoy me a little bit. It's like we never really seen these interact. But I think, like, I mean, it could be implied that, like, whatever, at the funeral they met each other, like at Tony's funeral.
No, I think I think the way it would work is when Peter Parker's identity was revealed to the world. That would have. Wait, was Hulk on planet? Or was Banner on planet when that happened?
He was off planet in Infinity War. It meant, like, at the start of it. And then Peter went into space then and got dusted when Thanos snapped his fingers.
No. But when Peter's identity was revealed at the end of the second Spider-Man movie, and Far From Home, was Banner on Earth?
Yeah,
Banner was on Earth.
He would have been on Earth.
So She-Hulk, She-Hulk, you went off, but you came back by the end of
it. Okay, so if that was the case, Banner. Okay, that could explain why Hulk would know who Peter Parker is, because that was national news. Peter Parker's secret identity as Spider-Man. So I guess that would be the only way that Hulk would know. That makes sense, because Banner would have seen the news. So you could write that in.
It is a weird one, but I definitely think, like, he was like, "Oh, I'm your friend. It's Peter," and he looks at him and you can see his eyes through the mask. And then the Hulk looks at him, and then he like,
but once again, how was he his friend if they've never met?
That's what I thought as well. I think they definitely have history behind the cat, like that. We just like they just want to expect that you know what I mean, that they have interacted behind the scenes before the memory wipe.
That's the thing. That line confused me. I don't know. I guess maybe Tony could have introducced Spider-Man, but no. Was Hulk on Sakaar? I can't remember.
So at the start of Infinity War, Hulk was off-world. He was on Sakaar, and then they went to Asgard. Then at the start of Infinity War, Heimdall sent Hulk back to New York.
Here's the thing.
Oh, he did fight. He was actually there, wasn't he?
When Spider-Man shows up off his school bus in Infinity War, Bruce Banner is there, and like the Hulk isn't out, but Bruce is trying to push him out, and Hulk is like telling him no, and so Hulk would have seen Spider-Man there.
Okay, yeah, that
But-
actually makes a bit more sense. I think I actually completely
Yeah.
forgot that they were trying to they were like, okay, get Banner out of here because he
I guess-
wasn't turning into the Hulk.
I
Right,
guess the point.
exactly.
I guess the point is they've never had any interaction. So it's
Yeah.
just that scene was kind of weird for me when I first saw it because I'm like, what do you mean I'm your friend? Like y'all, this is the first time y'all have met technically,
Mm-hmm.
outside of you talking to Banner, but Banner doesn't know who you are.
See, I think it could have been a case of
Right.
as well where it's like obviously the Hulk hadn't been around for so long. I reckon the Hulk is like looking through Banner's eyes a lot of the time, like subconsciously.
Exactly. That's
yeah.
part of it
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, like I think it's
once
the
again,
only way to
him
justify
knowing
it.
him knowing who Peter is, like his identity, isn't what's confusing. But what's confusing is what reason would Hulk have to trust Spider-Man or Peter Parker, considering the Hulk doesn't have any interactions with
Yeah.
Peter. It's just weird. Like they've never built a friendship. I guess going purely
Right.
off of vibes. I don't know.
I've
But
just
yeah.
been looking at it as like, oh, fellow Avenger kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I will say this. I did like that fight scene when he's climbing up the building and he's got all the debris hanging off of him, stuck to the
Yeah.
spider web. That was so good, bro.
I want to
was
see
so
that
good.
Hulk go up against Red Hulk. I want to see that fight
See-
so bad.
In theory, that should be a brutal beatdown in favor of Red Hulk.
But, yeah, but I still want to see it. I still want
It
to
would
see
be
it so
fun. It would
bad.
be fun.
100%.
See, this movie did what the new Captain America movie didn't do or couldn't do,
Mm-hmm.
which is like it actually had very natural character interactions and like believable interactions, and like everything was relevant to the plot. It wasn't just like a bunch of random crap happening. All this stuff like everything just made sense and tied
Yeah.
together so well.
The
Right.
only thing I have a question on, and maybe you guys know, the Natasha's sister character. Is there some movie maybe that I haven't seen that puts her at a leadership role? I guess is she like in charge of the Avengers? I didn't quite know. What was
in
going
Did
on
you
there.
see the
Thunderbolts? Thunderbolts, she was
Thunderbolts?
basically the main character of
Oh,
Thunderbolts.
got it. Okay.
Have you seen
Yeah,
Thunderbolts, Brainy?
No, I
Well,
haven't.
you know what?
Oh, yeah. That would be why you're lost in the sauce a little bit.
Was
Yeah.
anybody else kind of getting like, it's like, because I'm actually like really loving Florence Pugh as like this new Black Widow. I prefer this new Black Widow compared to Scarlett Johansson.
I agree.
Like,
You take that
I
back.
agree.
I know, I swear to God, like I get like Robert Downey Jr. vibes off her. Where it's like, no, I love her as this Black Widow and this leader role. Like, I wouldn't have expected a Black Widow to be the leader of this like new Avengers team, but like I'm all here for it. I want to see more Yelena on screen. Like,
She's
I
the
think
most
great.
level-headed out of everybody on that
Yeah.
crew.
I,
When you
I
really
even
think about it.
I even seen a thing like you've seen Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Somebody put up a post.
Get out of
Somebody
here.
put up a post and it was like, oh, Yelena out here picking up, recruiting more depressed men for the Avengers.
That's crazy.
That is so true. That is so true.
Bro.
No, I loved her in the movie. I thought it was like it was just like it was a good way to show it as well that like Peter still has connections with the Avengers and he's still like, you know what I mean? They look at him still
So-
as like a help.
So that kind of goes back to the point I
Right.
was bringing up earlier, where like this Marvel universe, this MCU, feels like I'm watching like an episode of a cartoon or a TV show now, or like reading the comic, because it feels
Yeah.
so natural
Everything
for
that you
all
know.
of these characters to be
Wow.
interacting with each
To
other.
walk in
It's
and walk
not-
out.
It's like it's not a big like. I'll put it this way: before, the way that everything was written and scripted, when it came to the cameos, was like, oh, look who's on the screen, ooh, spectacle.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who this? Now it's just like, of course,
Yeah.
Hulk's here. Like, why the fuck would the Hulk not be here? Like,
You don't
yeah.
even question it. It's just like, well, they all share this world. Like it's, you know.
Yeah,
makes
and it
sense.
was like seamless, not just like you said, cameo slop. Like they actually added stuff to the plot. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, the Hulk showed up for 1 second for the sake of, you know.
Yeah, I wish this fight
another
was a little bit
character for
longer.
you guys to come see the movie. Like
Yeah,
he
I
actually
was-
added value, especially when
here's-
he recognized Peter.
So here's the
Mhm.
crazy thing. After the Hulk fight, I actually thought the movie was going to be over. I'm like, oh, that's the third act. Okay, we're going to wrap it up
Yeah.
with the MJ thing.
Same.
Spider-Man's going to go
where
home
the-
and be depressed
the
and
trailer
shit.
let me know.
Cool. But I was like, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, we're still going. Why is the movie not
Dude,
stopping?
same.
Oh
I-
shit.
That's where the trailer let me down because I thought the same thing and I was like, wait, no, there's still shots from the trailer I haven't seen, action shots. So I was
exactly.
like,
That's why I'm so glad I didn't watch the trailer because I
That was
watched
the only
it
thing.
after, And yeah, I was like in the movie theater because I didn't watch the trailer. I was like, oh, like that's it. And I was a little bit disappointed at first because it was like,
I did feel like it was like I was like, surely that wouldn't end there. I felt like there was
right because he almost beat Gene too easily there for a second.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel as satisfying for that to be the conclusion.
I don't know if it was just me, but that guy from that was the villain from the start. I knew it. Like when he went to the office, I just knew it. No, the guy
the black
that was
dude.
like in charge of the
damage control guy.
I was just like, I don't know what's up with this damage control guy, but the fact that he got a bunch of ninjas on his staff, something tells me this.
Bro, you look.
I did not like
you look like Jason Derulo and Diddy fused into one person. I just don't trust you. Like I don't like the way you look. Something is off here. That was my thing.
At the very beginning, I like immediately thought the same thing. Like, oh yeah, this dude is for sure the villain. Like he just doesn't realize it yet. But then they when they introduced Jean Grey, like then they convinced me like, oh no, like he might actually just be on Spider-Man's side. Like, so,
see, I felt the opposite when I knew that was Jean Grey. I'm like, oh, you're trying to hunt down the mutants.
Yeah.
Even before this scene, I'm like, oh, this is where we're going with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I feel what she was doing was justified. In a sense, like I was like, she's clearly doing something justified.
So that's the cool thing about her, right? Because that's like I think it was obvious for us, but like that was like one of the cool plot twists where it's like, oh, you're trying to find your sister because she got kidnapped, and that's why you're doing all this crazy shit. I still don't know if the old man had to die, but with the taxi. But okay, I kind of see why you're a dick.
Torture Peter mentally.
Like essaying Peter with his ex. Like, that's also kind of wild too. But it is what it is.
Yeah. But I will say as well, I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but I did not like the whole idea of it's like, oh yeah, the hand, they're good now. Like working with damage control. I was like,
that was a little weird.
That was weird.
I was like, is this just?
It felt like they were going the invincible route with that, though. To be fair, like kind of how Cecil uses villains to.
But if you watch, like, I just did not feel like I was like, that is not the same hand that we had in Daredevil. I was like, that is.
Exactly.
I was like, I feel like they're only just making them. I was like, oh yeah, they work with damage control. I was like, that's to serve a purpose that they're gonna fight, because obviously the trailer showed Peter fighting with the hand.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, so I was like, okay, so damage control is bad, and the hand are in this movie working with damage control just so we can have a fight with the hand.
Let me say this real quick too about the Stryker Jason Derulo Diddy guy. I just, out of all the characters in the movies, he's the one that sucked the most. Like he had there was nothing to you could have replaced him with anybody and it would have been the exact. Which granted, his goal wasn't really to, his function in the movie wasn't really to be anyone too compelling. They had so many other characters they had to focus on.
Yeah.
I think for who he was and what he needed to do was fine, but there was just nothing about him that was interesting at all.
He was just seemed like too much of a nice guy at the end.
I wouldn't even mind, because there was a guy. Like, if you've watched any of the other Disney Plus shows, there was another character who worked at damage control, and he had made an appearance in a few different things. I felt that he was like, well, I suppose that would have kind of given away too much, wouldn't it? Because
I
was
think
like,
that was the point. I was gonna say that.
We all didn't really like him. He was a bit of a villain because he was in Miss Marvel. I can't remember the guy's actual name in the show, but he worked with damage control. But each time we'd seen damage control, they'd been getting worse and worse and more on the villain scale. It's like, oh yeah, we're government, but it's like, yeah, but you're like bad. Like, you're not doing that good here. Like, so I already kind of like that image was already painted for me walking in. I was like, well, we know damage control aren't really good from their track record in previous movies and shows.
I didn't know that, so that makes sense. That's good that I didn't know that. That made
I didn't know that either. I didn't know anything about damage control.
So
let me ask you.
Scene, okay, am I the only one that thinks that in the final scene where Jean just does that giant force field, she's fucking going crazy. The scene where they bring back his Aunt May has to be the most perfect scene to like teach a lesson that I've seen. Like going into his mind, using his own memory to kind of relate to Jean Grey and have that moment. Like that was so good.
It's because of the reason why that scene works well too is because it's the juxtaposition. It's like, okay, so first of all, Peter invites. So this is I feel like we skipped over the MJ and Peter scene, which I want to touch on, but I'm cool to talk about this for a second too first. So this is why that scene works really well. First off, you had it. You set it up to where okay, Jean Grey can't enter Peter's mind. She has a hard time entering his mind. Her powers just get boosted now at this point in the movie, and his powers just got boosted. She's like, "Oh, don't be so sure that I can't get into your mind." She has no idea that this is not the same Spider-Man that you were fucking with like a day ago. Okay, so yeah, you might be more of a badass, but so is Peter. I don't think that if Peter didn't want her in his mind, she wasn't getting in. They both kind of like reached Super Saiyan 2, let's say, in this moment. But the reason why the scene works is because Peter's like, you know what? Go ahead. Look inside.
Yeah.
So he intentionally lets her in because he realizes that, like, it's something. Once again, oh God, also the freaking foreshadowing. God, writing. Anyway, the foreshadowing in this movie was so good because we had seen, I think that scene like once or twice earlier in the movie already, but it was incomplete. But what it did is it established something that Peter was consistently thinking about. He was consistently thinking about his aunt, right? Yeah. Then he lets her into his mind, willingly lets her into his mind, okay? Which that also establishes like a level of emotional maturity for this Spider-Man. Then it starts off with him on the bed talking to his aunt, but then the juxtaposition switches to her, it being Jean Grey on the bed talking to his aunt, which now creates a certain level of empathy that wasn't there before. And now Peter's not in the room yet, right? Like he's there, but he's not. It's just, here, talk to my aunt and look at what she look. These are the lessons that I was taught that got me to be how I am. This is the person that means the most to me. I'm gonna give you a piece of them. Just for you to feel, right? And hold on, at the end of it, then Peter pops back up to talk to her, and then they have a moment, and then the gunshot, and it's just like, oh shit, right? Like it was, oh my God, that was just
this motherfucker shot Jean. I was thinking he's gonna just shoot the black guy and it's game over and it's fine, but no, he shot Jean Grey, and I'm like,
well, of course he's gonna shoot Jean. She's the one that's got everybody like in a mid seizure in New York.
He said he was gonna do it too. He said he was gonna shoot Jean.
And Peter's like, Frank, don't kill anybody. He's like,
I will say
no problem.
I would say that part when Jean's talking to May in his head, I was like I was following along. I was trying to like just listen like completely to everything she said after watching it 3 times, and I was like, she's basically like completely rephrased the whole "with great power comes great responsibility" thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
she rephrased it again.
She just completely rephrased that. And I was like, she's done that like at least 3 times, I think.
But wait, hold on a second.
Twice, at least.
Hold on, I got to bring this up while I'm thinking about it. You want to know what else is crazy about like that whole thing? So the shot fires, right? Peter pushes her out of the way. Peter gets shot instead. Okay, you know what? Hold on a second. Here's the thing. I thought it was Gigi's for a second too, because I remember Resh being like, "Yo, the last 15 minutes of this movie." Then I'm seeing. I think Biff said that's the only way a Spider-Man movie should end. I'm like, "Oh my God, are they gonna kill Peter?" Like I was remembering your guys' tweets in that scene. I'm like, "Oh fuck, there's no way we're killing off Peter this early." But no. So the crazy thing about that scene is Peter's on the ground, bleeding out, and he's doing saying the exact same thing that his aunt said to him when she was dying, and it's just like cherry on top. Oh my God! Right after the memory of like, bro, I'm getting choked up right now just thinking about it, bro. Like that is some insane writing, full like quadruple full circle. Oh my God!
No, it was insane. It was.
I was sitting there and I was like, no, they're not gonna kill him. And then I cut like the next scene just cut to Frank carrying Spider-Man into the hospital. I was like, he'll be fine. I was like, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's chilling.
We gotta talk about the ending now, though. About
what ending?
What happened to their memories? Like,
I think.
Wait, hold on, no, we can't go there yet. We can't go there yet. We gotta talk about the MJ Peter scene first. We got to talk about that.
Which one? Oh, with Jean?
Inside the ship when she reads the letter, which was fucking crazy.
Okay.
That was also crazy.
Okay. We will cover that before the ending.
Yeah, we have to cover that because that's what gives the ending even more like meaning, right?
And I want to add something in after this part and then before the ending. So I have a little middle piece I'd like to add in before we go into the ending.
Okay, fine. So Bro, I'm so happy we did this, bro. I'm so geeked that we're talking about this movie with you guys. Holy
Dude,
shit.
facts, this movie is so cool. I didn't even peep. When did we all change into Spider-Man skins?
Don't worry about it.
Pretty
It
good.
just happened, okay?
We're in the
Hey,
moment.
thank you for the $2, Eli. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you.
So here's the thing, right? So I was even thinking about this, but Peter left the fucking letter at the
table.
house and she felt because remember, what I was saying earlier was that was the thing that was hanging over everybody's head the entire movie, like that plot thread. It's
Yes.
like when is he gonna tell? Because there are some points I was like, bro, if you don't just say something to her, get this shit off your chest. It's like an elephant sitting on your chest right now. Let the
Right.
pressure go. Which is kind of what Yelena was trying to tell Peter at the start of the movie too, right? Anyway, so he comes back in, and you like God damn, bro, Zendaya's performance. Holy shit! Like you could just see it before she even says anything. Peter comes in, looks at her, paper in her hand. Her face is like all like, yo.
She
It's
is
just like,
pissed.
she's
Like,
pissed. She's sad. She's
Feel away,
confused.
dude.
Like you could see everything on her face. It's like, oh, I'm like, oh, we're having this now. This is happening. And then they just the dialogue. So first of all, Thomas and Zendaya, obviously they're an item, but like the chemistry between them is just so fucking good, bro. It's
Dude,
so
they
good.
did such a good job throughout the movie, despite the fact that they're like, real life, a couple, like balancing
Yeah.
like that.
I'm pretty sure they're married
we
now,
don't
aren't they?
really work, but like we kind of like have the chemistry, but it's like we don't know each other kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
they did such a good job of that, balancing that.
The chemistry is on hold. It's actually, let me say this real quick. You know what this kind of reminds me of, but this is a better execution of a similar like dilemma. It's kind of
Right.
like when alternate universe Gamora popped back up and Star-Lord's like trying to get
I
with
got
her.
that vibe. Yeah, 100%.
That is
I got that vibe.
that is a good parallel.
But
Yeah.
this is, with this one though, I think Peter's got a shot, which we'll talk about when we get to the ending of the movie.
Which
But,
Peter?
Yeah.
but so how did you guys talk? How did you feel when they were having that back and forth? She's reading the letter, or she read the letter. She's upset. Okay, how did you feel about like how she responded to it?
Yeah,
Right.
I
How
felt
was-
I don't love you.
Not that I don't
thought
love
that
you,
was-
just like that
I
that
felt
made
like
sense.
it hit me like it kind of hit. I was like, oh no, I feel so bad for him. But then I was like, at the same time, I was like, it makes sense. Like it makes
Yeah.
sense. You don't know who he is.
No,
but
yeah, I'm
you
glad
feel
they
bad
went
for
in that
him.
direction because
Yeah.
that is the only thing that makes sense. We can't just, now that she
Loves
knows
him.
he's Spider-Man and she fabricated feelings, in like what the last half hour of the movie, like no, like that can't work. But then also it opens up the door. I saw some other people talking about this for some other Spider-Man love interests, like potentially Gwen, Black Cat. They were teasing the one girl like on the elevator, like early in the movie, like.
Yeah.
Some people
I
are
wanna
saying that's
say-
Gwen. I think that's
I-
Ursula for sure
Yeah.
from Spider-Man 3. Just by the way he,
you know
like-
what I think? You know who I think they're teasing? A love interest,
Who?
I'm saying?
I want
Him
Black
and Jean
Cat.
Grey.
No way, bro. She's a teenager in the
No.
movie.
Is she a teenager or is she in her
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
20s?
Yeah.
What kind of
Bro.
ditty stuff is this?
I thought she was like 20, 21. And Peter is
No,
in universe like what,
they say
24?
She's a teenager in the movie somewhere.
Did they say she was a
Yeah.
teenager?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's why when they're
Frank
sitting on the
says
bed in like his mind, and you can feel the
Yeah.
tension building up. It's like, bro, don't kiss. This is gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Like, cause he's
That's
like,
what Frank
like
says to her.
26
As far
in
as
the
I was
movie
like,
now.
we're the teenager learning to drive a tank and everything in
Yeah.
the boat.
I didn't
Well,
I didn't
I
pick up on that. I thought because I was actually confused by that. I'm like, is she a teenager or is she just like a 20 something? Because I thought that because here's the thing, I believe in the Ultimate Universe, Spider-Man and Jean Grey are together, which is what I thought they were going for.
I think
That's what
for the
that's
next
why I would
film,
because
they need-
even after he saves her, she's on the bench like breathing for him the entire time so he stays alive, right? The entire night. She's thinking
Yeah.
about him as she gets on the bus ride home. Now, granted, from now that I have the full context, makes this they're probably not they're not gonna go that route. But I thought she was like a early 20 something. I wasn't thinking that she was like 13, 14.
whatever
but-
they do next,
I mean,
love
at least
interest
she's
wise,
at
we need
least-
Black Cat.
16, probably. But yeah, I want to see Black Cat. Give me
I would Black Cat would be
That's
good.
a
That'd be a
completely
fantastic
different
love interest.
relationship. A completely different
Yes,
relationship
He-
dynamic.
so
dynamic.
He needs to get the symbiote suit for Secret Wars, which is
Yeah.
almost for sure going to happen, I would say. and then he needs to keep it after Secret Wars, and then get introduced to Black Cat. That would be perfect. He needs
then
to
it's
have
like
the symbiote suit and Black Cat at the same time.
Yeah, because have
That's-
like a
that's
little
perfect
low
dynamic.
triangle where it's like, is he gonna end up with MJ? Is he gonna end up on Black Cat? We obviously know the answer already.
Spider-Man
but-
always got to lose MJ, bro. Like they always
That's
got
what I
to
mean,
have
Black
him.
Cat is perfect for that story as well. Like,
Yes.
where she's pulling him away from MJ, and
Yes.
like he gets to be in a relationship while also being Spider-Man at the same time, which is obviously like what he's trying to
Yes,
avoid with
dude.
MJ, where he can't do both. Be Peter and there's a
That's-
struggle
I'm
there.
I'm just worried that they're gonna like be hesitant to give him that extra love interest because
Zendaya is
yeah,
not gonna
Zendaya
greenlight
are-
it. She's not gonna
are
greenlight
in
that
real
shit.
life. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Zendaya's
Nah.
gonna block that shit,
But I
bro.
will
It's not
say,
happening.
Right, exactly.
Nah, she was in
That's what I'm
Doom
worried
with her
about.
own love interest. I don't think it matters.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah,
No, she
I
ain't.
mean, if
It's
they keep her
different.
with
Open
this guy, then it can justify
open on her
That's
end,
true,
closed on
that's
his
true.
end. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
they're
I
actors.
think as well though, right? Like that scene hurt, but I don't know why. But what scene hurt even more was when he went back to the apartment and he was making Legos with Ned. That like
That
hit
was
me a bit more.
cool. Really?
That was
That
so
hit me a
dope.
bit more. I felt so sad for him. It's like more than when
Yeah.
MJ said she didn't love him. I was like, oh no, he's like he's sitting
You
here
know
with his best
what?
friend and he doesn't even know it's his best friend. It's like,
You know what? Here's the thing. I didn't feel bad
Yeah, me
for
neither.
him in that moment, and here's
I
why.
felt like sad for him.
This is the thing. So MJ's read the letter. They had that whole conversation. But she's like, hey, you should come back to the apartment. You want to like meet Ned and talk to him and all that. And so she's on the couch, like just watching their dynamic, and in her
Drama.
brain, I feel like she's just looking at him like, I could see why the other girl
Yeah.
fell in love with him, and I can see why. Like, or how like they would have been good friends, even though my
That's
memories are
why-
wiped and Ned's memories are
Yeah.
like. I think she was
So you
like
gotta look
getting an
like best friends.
appreciation for him. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
why I like
Right.
that scene so much. It's
Well,
just like it was one of those
was
moments
so wholesome.
where, yeah, it was wholesome, but also like that, like MJ and Ned, they were still the people we knew from the first movie. Yeah, their memories were wiped, but she was still the empathetic friend. He was still the nerdy guy talking
Yeah.
technology. Like that was the cool thing. Even though they forgot who he was, they were still the same consistent character.
They're the same
Yeah.
people. They just
The
didn't
same
have
people,
him. They don't have
yeah.
memories of him. So like, if you were friends
Oh.
or you fell in love at one point in time before, it should happen again. Like it could
Wouldn't it?
happen.
Yeah.
Like you, all the things that attracted you guys to each other before, like it's still present. They just don't. You just have to like start from scratch. That's it.
Especially with
Yeah.
him and Ned, you can see it in the movie a lot too. Like what
Oh,
made
yeah.
them friends.
But
Building
so
the
that
Death
leads
Star again or whatever.
yeah.
It was whatever
Yeah,
Star
I'm
Wars
so
Lego
happy they
set.
didn't do a Green Goblin mind wipe where he pretends he's
Yeah,
a sped
well,
kid for half
that-
the movie
that-
and then becomes Harry again.
But then that also leads into what Biff was saying as well, and at the end, because before he leaves the apartment, MJ accidentally calls Spider-Man Peter,
Peter,
and then Ned
yeah.
turns around and says Spider-Man's name is Peter, and then
Yeah.
so a lot of people forgot that, and they were like, but I don't know,
So
like in terms of the ending.
real quick, there's one thing I need to mention about the MJ Peter scene from the ship that
Oh, yeah.
kind of irked me a little bit from her perspective.
Okay.
She asked him the question, why didn't you tell me? And then right after she asked that question, she immediately goes, I don't love you. Why? I don't even know who you are. That's why I didn't tell you. This is why. I can't expect you to love me.
That is
Why
so
don't-
true now that you say
Are
that.
you crazy? This is why. And it's like, how do you not understand that? I kind of thought, and the thing is, for her to be upset at him for not saying anything, in
Right.
a way, I can understand why she would be upset. But at the same time, like, you have your own life. You started like
She has a
like-
boyfriend, yeah, at the same time. Like
you
what are
got,
doing?
especially now, like she didn't have a boyfriend when like their memories first. Because that's the thing. She was like, so you came to our apartment, and then she's like, and you were the dude inside the coffee shop. It was like she had remembered that moment right
Yeah.
there. And you were in the coffee shop. What the fuck do you want? Like, what do you want from me? Right? Why didn't you? And
Right.
then like, why didn't you tell me? It's like, well, I mean, like everybody that comes into contact with me kind of dies, and I was trying to keep you alive. And then she's like, well, I don't love you. It's like, well, okay, fuck me, I guess. Oh, also, can you take me home? Well, okay.
Want to come in?
Yeah, that was so
Show
weird.
mixed signals.
So-
Want to come in?
I think her response though was more in the moment. Like if someone random just I love you. Like, well, I don't. What the fuck am
But
I
he
supposed
didn't
to say? To that?
he didn't say that. It was in the note, granted, but like he didn't give that to you. Went snooping, grabbed my shit, and then like found out something you weren't supposed to see.
I mean, he kind of did say it. He did say it. He was
Did-
basically telling her.
Oh, he
like,
did. You're right. You're right. He
yeah,
did say that. He did say I love
So
you.
that's why she's like, well, I don't feel that way. Like that.
But hang on a second. To
You
be
know?
fair, when
Oh.
when Peter said I love you, I didn't take that as I'm trying to get back with you. What he's saying is I love you enough to let you go. And I love you enough
why I
to
didn't
not
pick up
tell
on it the
you.
first time either. That is so true.
Like that's
Because-
how I took it when he said like, and that's she didn't take it that way, which I from her perspective I get, but that's what she didn't understand. He's saying I didn't tell you because I do love you. I don't want you to die. You started a new
Exactly.
life and you don't even. It would be. I think he even said that it would be better if you forgot me.
That is an interesting, like, that is a really good catch, because that is why, like, it's easy to forget, like, as the viewer, that Peter did say I love you because of the
Yeah.
way he was like meaning it. It was like I love you, I value you, and that's why I'm trying to distance myself, but I'm struggling to because of how much you mean to me. Whereas with what she was saying was like how she interpreted it was like oh, you're trying to be with me. I don't feel the same way because I don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanna
Also,
work?
my boy Afro pointed this out when Peter mentioned that they had kissed on the roof. He was like, "Hey, just want to let you know, yeah, she kind of kissed me when I thought that it was you who remembered, but like it wasn't, and like we kind of, I kissed you back, just saying. So my bad." And she was cool about it, but I was like, "Damn, Spider-Man about to end up on Twitter tomorrow, man."
No, that had to be said because then otherwise we wouldn't have figured out that the guy from Damage Control was lying.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
But
I
it's so
honestly,
true, I
I
forgot
thought it
about
was
that.
very. I thought it was a good. I still thought it was a good moment. I thought it was very in character for Peter to do that.
Yeah.
Number one, but number two, like it was just, it did set up that. You see what I'm saying? You see how like everything. There's something about this movie, bro. It just fucking flows. It like
Yeah.
it's
The
the
pacing is really
writing
good.
is so tight on this shit.
Yeah.
Like. Okay,
Like,
I'm gonna say.
there's a solid like 40 minutes where he just does not take the mask off.
I know he's in the suit so much, and there's so much good action. Like it's,
Yeah,
I don't know. I
I
feel
feel
like
it was perfect, like perfect.
So-
I
balance
feel like
of
I
it.
got the perfect
Sometimes-
balance of Spider and Man in this movie, bro.
exactly,
Like
exactly. Sometimes
I-
there's too much man. I feel like.
True, but
It's
listen,
like,
I
come on, you
gotta
feed the kid and the little kid inside of us. I want to see the action scenes.
I gotta say this real quick though too, right? On a side note, part of the thing that sucks right now as a DC fan is like, why am I not getting this for Superman? Like- this is so here's the thing, right? And I gotta point this out because I love Spider-Man. I've always loved Spider-Man, but Superman's still my guy. But I gotta say this: when it comes to the writing for the live action movies, right? And this is
Yeah.
also something I picked up on where we're talking like the X-Men stuff earlier. The Superman in DC is like the center of their universe. All the other heroes and villains, in like some kind of way, kind of orbit around Superman. Like he's the center of that world, right? So it makes sense. Like if you're gonna do a movie to start off your universe for your franchise, you start with Superman because he's the first superhero. Everybody comes after him.
Yeah. Yeah.
The same way for Spider-Man, like I don't mind the fact that the X-Men are getting set up in a Spider-Man. It makes sense because Spider-Man is the core of Marvel. It like
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
he like him and and arguably the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is the first family of Marvel, but Spider-Man is like the core hero. So to set up the X-Men and for ultimately Spider-Man to be the reason why the X-Men are going to get persecuted more effectively in the future, and that probably have to be a weight and a level of guilt that he has to carry is awesome. But here's my point, extrapolating bigger picture, okay? The way that the X-Men were set up and the way that the story was told, how everything that we've talked about in this entire like last hour or so, the way that everything was woven together, the plot points just naturally came together. The interactions were naturally there. We have Hulk, we have X-Men teases, right? We're setting up things for the future while Spider-Man also is getting the respect of being his own hero, his own character, right? It's feeling like a complete
Right.
Spider-Man movie with the addition of other Marvel heroes. Superman did not feel that way. Superman felt like old MCU, and it's tired. It's a very tired writing style where it's like, oh yeah, we got Guy Gardner, and I'm Mr. Terrific. I'm the smartest man in the universe. Like, it's just it's sad that
hard
we
to throw
can't.
everybody into a
Just let
universe
it
we're not
go,
familiar
Clark.
I
with.
agree.
No,
They
bro,
just-
I can't let it go, dog.
Just let it go, bro.
I can't let it go, man. I love DC so much,
Oh,
but
me
fuck,
too,
dog. Like,
but,
it's like,
like-
bro, we watched Supergirl a month ago, okay, and then I come to this, and it's like,
Yeah.
holy fucking
Yeah.
Pete.
Night and
I'm
day.
not gonna lie,
Night-
bro. You gotta let DC go, bro. It's
Yeah.
until further
Bro.
notice, it's a lost cause. Even the Superman movie last year, like it was pretty good, but it's like you said, they made it like a cameo fest and
Yep.
not really like they didn't even like
story.
I
soft
think-
launch those
yeah.
characters. They just threw them in, and it
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
it was kind of like they kind of threw us into a universe that already exists with us expecting to like, be like, oh
exactly,
yeah, like
exactly.
look, here's all your favorite characters. I'm like, who are you? like,
Another thing, so
who's
to
Mr.
touch
Terrific? Who's Guy Gardner? Because Guy Gardner wouldn't be crazy known, I think.
Oh yeah, I
That's what you guys
forgot
are
like what all of those
saying.
guys did before I watched that movie. It was like, bro, those are not the type of characters either that you can just throw in. Like,
Yeah.
And that was another thing. Like one of my buddies was like, "Oh my god, they wasted Scorpion and Tombstone." But in my mind, I'm like, "No, they introduced them just perfectly into the story, so that if
Yeah.
they want to use them later, they can." They didn't do a
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah.
3 where they tried getting Sandman, Venom, and like you have too much backstory of each person. Like this was like the
No, I
perfect
wish we
way
got-
of doing cameos.
I wish we
yeah,
got a
they
little
didn't
bit more
burn them. They
Tombstone.
they just inserted them. So like you said, they can go back to them later. It's not like they wasted them.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing got wasted. They can always
Yep.
pull them back out.
The thing is, the plot for this was more cerebral. Like it respected the audience. Like it just, I don't know, man. It just if the writing was just so fucking good. Like, you know what it felt like when I was watching this? It felt like somebody gave a fuck. Like somebody
Yeah,
actually
that's
gave
so
a fuck
true.
about the
Oh,
plot,
100%.
bro.
Like
Supergirl Supergirl didn't feel like anybody really gave a shit about the source material or like respecting that character at all. It was just, I don't know, man.
like the whole intro part of the movie was literally just paying homage to all different comic book covers. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh my
Mhm.
god, I love
Yeah.
that. Like the one where you had the guy in his arm, like probably one of the most iconic Spider-Man pictures. And
When he was
Where
swinging,
he's-
yeah, bro, I have that comic
Yeah.
book sitting on my coffee table right now.
yeah,
That's
it's
so
such a good
cool.
cover. I love that cover. And and then when he was when he had Ramrod, he was putting Ramrod's head to the wall.
Mhm.
Tarantula, like all of those different like kind of live action versions of the comic book covers. Like I just appreciate that so much. I was like, oh my god, like it's like it was just peak. It was peak. It
I
was
agree. I could not agree more, bro. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to say before we touch on the ending.
Yes.
The one thing, there was a bit of meta context that I felt like we were getting in the movie, and what I mean by that is the scene where he's going Super Saiyan. He unlocks his spider powers, right? He's embracing his new like spider puberty, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the moment where he webs up like all the members of the what is it, the hand, right?
Yeah.
To me, that moment kind of felt like it was Marvel telling the audience, like, this Peter Parker, this Spider-Man is as good as the other ones. This is
Yeah,
this is
even
a-
more powerful.
this is a fully realized Spider-Man. This is your Spider-Man now. Show him some love, give him some respect. This, like, he's on the same level as Toby and Andrew Spider-Man.
I think
Welcome.
he's probably stronger. I will say he definitely came off a lot stronger than those did.
Dude,
Like-
especially in the end when he like unleashed his powers, like you could feel like his strength. And
Like
stuff.
they were
Yeah.
hitting, they were smashing him with these energy weapons, and they were shattering against his arm, and like his webs were going past all of these energy weapons and stuff. It was just like I
The
was like,
thing
this is
is,
like a different level of Spider-Man here.
Thank you for
before
$2
Peter
for all
even
time.
got
Appreciate
his
it, bro.
spider puberty, right? Like he had feats that were kind of on par with Toby and Andrew's Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
like when
yeah.
he's holding the ship together in
Yeah.
the first Spider-Man
Homecoming.
movie, yeah, in Homecoming, like that's on par with the train scene, you
Yeah.
know, in Spider-Man 2. So this one definitely feels more powerful than the other two, for sure.
100%. This is like,
just-
as you said, like Super Saiyan Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But does any of those feats top Toby's train scene? Do you think? Like,
I
don't know, bro. Like,
you know,
I don't know
I
if
would
What do you mean,
love
like
to
the-
see- I would love to see Tom's Spider-Man in that same situation after his buff. Like, I wonder if he'd have as much of a hard time as Toby did.
He shouldn't, but if they want to make a good movie,
Yeah.
You know, if they want to make a good scene, probably, unless it's like some kind of a throwaway scene where they Superman it and he like gets in front of the train and like stops it after like webbing it up or something. I don't know.
Right.
But like, yeah, no, I think I don't know. I just feel like this is like the best. This is hands down the best version of Spider-Man we've ever gotten live action. I feel like he feels the most complete. He's got the best ensemble of other characters to work with. Like that's the thing. Like one of the things that makes Spider-Man so compelling and so interesting is his interactions with other members of the Marvel universe. The other two
Right.
Spider-Men didn't have that. They didn't have the ability to do that. So this like you get to see this Spider-Man be more of Spider-Man as compared to like the other ones because they didn't have the world to play with. They can do so much with him, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
Like even with Far From Home, like what they had Nick Fury kind of tag along, but I was like, I didn't really care too much for that dynamic because like Peter Parker, Nick Fury, I was like, I don't really care too
And
much
then it
about
was
that.
revealed that it wasn't even him. So like that.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
yeah, that's
it was
right.
one of the scrolls, yeah. But then
So
like
weird,
I
I feel like, to be
not too
honest.
much to play with there. Then Doctor Strange, I suppose that made sense as well because they just teamed up in Infinity War, and sort of in Endgame as well.
So
But
the ending, Rush. You said that there was something you
Yes.
wanted to add in, right? In between what we were talking about in the ending. Did you mention what you wanted to mention already, or do you remember what I'm talking about?
I was at the ending in terms of the memory.
Yeah, like because we didn't
Yeah.
talk about
Oh
like
yeah.
so but you said that there was something you wanted to touch on too because I wanted
Oh,
to talk about the MJ
sorry,
scene.
yeah,
But you
no.
said, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I just meant because Biff was bringing up the ending, and I wanted to put in that part about Ned figuring out that Peter, like Spider-Man's name is Peter from
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
MJ
Oh,
accidentally
yeah.
saying it out loud. I just wanted
Oh,
to
I
put
see what
that
you're
in there, but that because obviously he was asking the questions like, do you think they remembered?
Well, yeah, that is like an important piece for like, do they remember? Like, so what do you
Mhm.
guys think happened like at the ending? Do you think that like, do you think Jean like when she put all the like them in that bubble, like, do you think she repaired their memories like all the way, like some
I
of the
didn't even think
way?
about that actually.
I
That's a
think
good
right.
theory.
I think right.
That... Oh, go
I
ahead.
don't. From a film standpoint, I don't think that she's just giving them back their memories. Because imagine you go into the next Spider-Man film, it's just like, oh, we have our memories back. You know, we're all dandy. We happy days. I don't think that would be the case at all. But I definitely think
I agree.
something is going. I think something's going on, especially like if you like. I don't know how canon they want to make like this gene compared to or like.
Right.
Sorry, if they want to compare this gene to the one we had in X-Men Apocalypse, because that gene gave Logan back a fraction of his memories when he was in the Weapon X program when she bumped into him in the facility. So
Oh yeah, and she only gave him back a part of his memories, right?
yeah, so I wonder if they're gonna that's what they did because like when MJ was frozen, she had a tear go down her eye as if, and I was like,
And
why
it
does she have
has to
it?
be from that, I feel like.
Yeah, and then like she went to the rooftop then at the end, and she was holding the necklace in her hand, the Dahlia necklace that Peter got her in Far From Home.
Right.
So
It
it's
feels like
like
she was trying to like reinvigorate
force.
more memories.
Yeah. So and especially then like with Ned in the store, and he said like, "Oh, Peter," after they'd done the handshake. Like obviously the handshake he could put down to it's like, oh yeah, it's muscle memory. It's not the same thing, kind of thing. Like he just knows
Right,
the
yeah.
handshake, you know.
No, that handshake is more. That's not just muscle memory, right? Like,
Well, like the handshake itself might be muscle memory, but him realizing that it's tied to Peter, I feel like
Yeah.
that's a combination of like, MJ said Spider-Man's name is Peter or like revealed that to him, and then also when they were in that bubble, like Jean, it seems like gave them back like at least a fraction of
fraction,
their memories. But like Rush said, I think there's no way, especially from the filmmaking standpoint, that it was like all of the memories because I don't
Yeah.
think they would want to undo it like that, and I also don't think Jean felt necessarily probably obligated to, give back all the memories. She probably just, had some sympathy and planted seeds in a sense. But I also
I-
think like again from that filmmaking standpoint, I think when they did like the MJ saying like I don't love you, I think again that leaves the door open for other love interests,
yeah.
hopefully like, part of me is still concerned that, they won't do it because Tom Holland and Zendaya are like a real life thing, but I think it does again leave the door open for him to get the symbiote suit cuz I can't see him Secret Wars, he's almost definitely getting the symbiote suit, but I can't see him and MJ being all the way back together and him acting the way that he should, most likely act with the symbiote suit,
Yeah. No, he's gonna go to like another edgy phase.
So it's gotta be like Black Cat or Gwen at the very least, but I would think Black Cat, like, or at least stay away from MJ for a little bit longer, right? Reconnect them in a fifth solo movie, but I think Spider-Man's gonna be the main character of Secret Wars. So
I think when it comes to two things I want to say. First, I think when it comes to the MJ thing, I think I think Rush brought this up earlier. I think it'll be like a love triangle type of situation where it's just like, okay,
because ultimately that's where they're leading up to MJ and Peter being together again.
Yeah, maybe. Which I guess, yeah, because Zendaya, like if I'm thinking from a business standpoint, Zendaya and Tom are already an item. They even like from a canonical standpoint, like they in universe they've been an item. Like people like the chemistry between them. People want to see them back together. But I think Marvel will string us along and put in that tension of an additional love interest. I think the next time we see them together, it'll be more of a situation where MJ is not going to have all of her memories back per se, but it'll be like she's falling in love with him all over again, and she's starting to understand why more so. And right before, it'll be a situation where like she's about to knock on his door, but like Black Cat will be in Peter's room. Like and they'll be like talking, and she'll hear it, and like she'll walk away, kind of a situation, something like that, right? That's kind of the tension I think that they'll build up. Like they're gonna push them away for at least another movie.
That is
we do
what
need
we
that.
Need. That's like that love triangle type of dynamic where we don't just, next movie 10 minutes in, her memories are reassembling all the way or close to it, and now they're together again. It's like it makes the memory wipe feel like less weighted if we don't get at least another love interest. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to point out too is when it comes back to the memories, and if Ned remembers, I didn't think about it from the standpoint of Jean Grey, giving him his memories back, but I did think so. We found out in No Way Home, Ned has magical abilities, right? Like he has the ability to open portals and shit,
yeah, you're
right?
Yeah.
So maybe the spell has less of an effect on him because he's it's gonna sound weird, but he's naturally magical. Like he has he has the same potential as like Doctor Strange and like the other wizards, I guess, whatever the fuck. That in the MCU. So it could be the case that his memory was affected, but maybe there was a bit of Katie Pride messing with his head. Maybe there was the small things like MJ saying Peter and then Peter coming and doing the handshake. I know y'all are saying muscle memory, but to perfectly execute a handshake like that, if my memory is completely wiped, the fact that I even had that handshake to begin with, muscle memory is not going to factor in for that. I still have to know how the fuck to do that. Like if somebody wiped all my memory of how to dance, even though I've got like my body is trained for it and I got the muscle memory to do certain things, I still got to learn how to do that all over again. It's not like my brain's just not automatically going to be able to do that as fluently as they did right away. I think it was his memory slowly coming back in the moment. It's not just muscle memory. I think he was slowly starting. Oh shit! What the fuck? What? Why do I know? And then it's like, oh, Peter.
Yeah.
Bam.
Right.
And that's why I think like it goes because at the same time that scene is playing out, we only just seen MJ sitting on the roof of the school with the Black Dahlia necklace in her hand. So it's kind of like, are they getting somewhat of their memories back? I really don't. But I don't think they should.
What they're trying to do, they're trying to fucking, what's that movie? Inception us, bro. They're trying to Inception us. Just like, oh, did he actually meet his family? The top's still spinning, fade to black, right? Like, it's kind of
Inception, yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like that. Like they're gonna leave that open ended until we see Spider-Man or we see those characters again, But
I hope so. The good news is like I said, next Spider-Man solo movie probably won't be at least until 2028, if not 2029. But he's probably going to be the main character of Secret Wars. So.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting.
We got more Spider-Man coming. It's just not going to be a solo film, and hopefully he'll show up in other projects too. You know what I mean?
See, here's the thing: like, he's probably not going to be in Doomsday, But like I
Oh,
also
yeah.
feel like I think that the one of my gripes with this movie is like him like connecting with Yelena, and you know like
See,
I don't know.
with
It feels like
Doomsday,
okay, then he should be in Doomsday. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I think something. Really feel like Toby is coming back for Doomsday.
Well,
Toby
okay,
would
so
be
now
awesome.
let's go to the end credits scene.
Yes.
yeah, credits in. That has a
Dude,
few
is
different
that Miles
ways.
Morales?
Well, I don't
No,
know
it wouldn't
why
be-
everybody
I don't
thinks it's
think it'll be
Miles Morales.
I don't think
Is
so.
it
I think it's
good?
Toby.
I don't think so. It directly, realistically, so put it this way, right? When it comes to the whole deal with Sony and Disney, because they have to basically co-release these movies because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Right.
Ultimately, Disney has the say. In a lot of things, Sony just have to approve it. So I don't think Disney are going to be going out of their way to try and like, oh, let's do a little small tease with, because the next film anyways that has Miles in it is out in June next year, which is Beyond the Spider-Verse. So I don't
Right.
think, I feel like that'd be a very silly thing to do, especially with Doomsday around the corner. It definitely
Yeah.
has to either be tied to Doomsday or Secret Wars, with obviously potentially Battle World.
Right.
But
I thought
when he was taking over.
I thought the end credit scene was just teasing Secret Wars because it's showing
that's
Spider.
also what it could be. It could just be a teasing Battle World.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought because it shows Spider-Man leaving the planet. I don't know why I would think
See-
it would be like a different Spider-Man. I thought it was just like,
Well-
Spider-Man's going to
That's
Battle
too.
World.
Do you want
My-
to hear my logic? My logic,
Yeah.
where my brain's going. So one, obviously, this is a rumor that's gone around that Toby will be in Doomsday, anyways. But
Right.
I think having Toby come back for Doomsday would be perfect, mainly for the fact that obviously, like, we have the Avengers, we have the old school X-Men that we grew up with from the early 2000s.
Yeah,
If you're gonna, and obviously this is gonna be a send off for them because we know we're getting a new X-Men cast, a much younger
Right.
X-Men cast. So this is gonna be like a goodbye and farewell to the old X-Men. If they want to really
True.
kind of say goodbye to that era of Marvel, Spider-Man Tobey Maguire was releasing around the same time frame as those movies.
Yeah, they were even
And-
supposed to like collab. It just didn't work.
Yeah,
I believe.
exactly. Yeah, so they could easily, like, if they want to be like, okay, we have the old school X-Men. We're saying goodbye to them. We can kind of say goodbye to Toby with this as well. It would be the perfect
To-
spot because it's like, imagine
it's
like
fan service,
people, like,
but it makes sense.
it's fan service, especially like, I mean, I think regardless of what happens in Doomsday and Secret Wars, everything is going to be called fan service. Like, I don't think a lot of people are ready for Secret Wars. Like
Secret Wars is gonna be freaking ridiculous, bro.
It's I like to call it like cameo wars. That's basically what Secret Wars is gonna be.
I will say to your point, Rush, when I was a kid and everybody, like, I remember everybody saying like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's supposed to cross over with the X-Men. Spider-Man, I want to see Spider-Man. Like, that's a
dream.
childhood dream for like a lot of
And
us.
do you-
that
I don't
grew
know
up
if
in
any of
that
you-
era.
Do you remember by any chance, right? There was on the very first X-Men movie that released, there was a deleted scene. It was like a blooper, and it got included in the X-Men DVD. And you can actually find it on YouTube, where basically when they were filming X-Men, one of the Spider-Man films was also filming at the same time across the way. So there was a scene where they had Cyclops, Storm, and Jean Grey running through a hallway, and they had somebody, I think it was probably one of the stunt doubles, run into the back and run with the X-Men. And
I
it
think I
happened,
saw
obviously,
that.
like, it was a blooper, like, and it was basically just Spider-Man running with the X-Men, and they all turned around and started laughing at it.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that. Yeah, years ago.
So I was like, that could be a full circle moment for that, where it's like, oh look, you finally have X-Men with like old school X-Men with old school Spider-Man, and it's like that would be just perfect. I think like that's really a prime time to fit them in if they're gonna.
I
bring
do
it back.
agree.
Yeah.
I think Secret Wars is going to be and even Doomsday. I think it's going to be like a big send off to like a lot of that cast because like we wanted Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to meet Hugh Jackman's
Yeah.
Wolverine forever.
Right.
And the thing is they've already had Tobey Maguire come back once. But I think for Secret Wars, I think all three Spider-Men are going to be there. But I think
That would
that
be
they're gonna. I think they're gonna pass the mantle to Tom like even more officially than they did in the last movie. I think it's gonna be
mean,
like
he kinda just took it.
they're gonna kill off Toby and Andrews.
And
Spider-Man.
how
Damn.
familiar
Yeah.
are you with the Secret War story?
somewhat
I'm not at all
familiar.
so
Which one?
please
Are we
don't
talking about the
fill
one
me
from
in
the
on
80s? Or are we
stuff.
talking about the one from
The
2015?
most recent, the 2015 one.
The most recent one, I think it was Spider-Man and Miles Morales that were
they were the only
correct?
people who could. They were the only ones who could remember where they like
Came from.
because where they came from, and I think that could also lead into the fact of why Jean could not get into Spider-Man's head with her telepathy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
bro, I appreciate you, man.
I don't know why. I was like one of the only things I could think of. Like Jean can't get into his head. What's to say Doom can't get into his head either? Because if they do that, no, this is obviously like we're thinking like this is way down the line.
Yeah.
But it would also lead to why Spider-Man is technically going to be like potentially main character in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, boys. Rainy,
Shoot.
did you want to add something to the?
No,
Insane.
I muted the shit out of iRush because I don't want to know anything about Secret Wars. I don't even want to know anything about the comics, nothing. So I just muted that whole conversation.
Did you really?
Yeah, because like
That's
here's the
crazy.
thing: if I watch any trailers, I will right away know what the movie's about when it's playing. So I'm glad that Biff said that like the trailer gave it all away because I didn't watch any of it.
Same.
So I stay away from trailers all the time. I probably watch like the teaser and then I
Yeah.
never watch anything
Yeah.
again.
I suppose as well, you have to also keep in mind though that the MCU has been notoriously known for completely flipping what the comic has done. So what I've said probably isn't even going to be what you see.
Fine. I still muted
Yeah.
you just in case.
Yeah. Like Endgame wasn't even a comic.
No, it was nothing like the comic. It was
Like,
like
there was
loosely
literally
based
just the-
around.
Infinity Gauntlet comic.
I think they'll take elements from the original Secret Wars and the 2015
yeah.
Secret Wars,
Yeah,
like
they will
like
for sure.
Spidey getting the symbiote suit and
own.
everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Definitely, it's gonna be an amalgamation of the two comics and their own original stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, well, gentlemen,
Alright.
that was crazy. I'm so happy we took the time to talk about this.
Seriously.